Where are you at? Are you at home?
I am. So I actually have my media room is actually my studio.
Cool. Cool.
So I've created a whole studio
Yeah.
in my own house.
That's good.
So let's see. All right. So those are good. That's good. Good. And oh, you know what? Names are not up. Why is your name?
Uh-oh. When my emails come through, it's gonna.
That's all right. Your name is not up on the. There we go. So there we go. All right. Okay. I don't worry about the emails. That's fine. I'm not gonna worry
Okay.
about it. So I'll introduce you. I'm gonna go through those basic introduction, your background, because I gotta talk about the whole education. I'm gonna show your um, website. So I'm gonna because I want people to be able to reach out to you. So
Okay.
um, you did a video. Actually, you've done a couple of videos that I want you to talk about.
Yeah.
First, the whole the work from home, which I found very helpful.
Okay.
But um, and then the other one, which also was very helpful, is this whole breathing thing. That was great.
My best friend messaged me about it.
Yeah, you gotta talk about this because
Yeah.
people need to do this stuff right now. Like
Yeah.
the stress levels, like that's great.
All of us have that.
And I need to like seriously, I need to implement that more into my, especially now I have plenty of time.
Yeah.
But this is something that needs to continue way beyond this, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I want you to talk about that if you can.
Yeah.
Come on. Hey, welcome, guys. This is James J. Mortgage Boss TV, and today I have Erica Hernandez with Better Homes and Garden. How are you, Erica?
I'm good. How are you, James? You're not
I
going
am doing.
yet?
I'm doing well for a Friday. Although every day feels like Friday.
Yeah.
I swear I don't know what day it is. So I'm like, what's today? I got to think about it.
Yeah.
Uh, Today is Friday, and I am excited to have you on because you have a different perspective. I like talking to realtors because everybody's got a different perspective on what's going on right now.
Right.
Everybody's got a different way of handling the situation, and I love what you are doing. You do a lot of videos helping people, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. But I want people to kind of get an introduction to you and your background because you were an educator, and we talked about this before. I know a lot of former educators who are now in real estate.
Right.
So I want you to talk about that, like how you got into, or how and why you actually chose real estate. And is there something about the education sector that just leads to people to getting into real estate?
Right. Okay. Well, first, I'm going to start off with saying hi. My name is Erica,
Yes.
and I work for the company Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate, Gary Green, the longest broker name you've ever heard.
That's true.
um, but yeah, let me get started with a little bit about myself. I used to teach for the Houston Independent School District for 4 years. I thought I was going to be a kindergarten teacher forever.
Yeah.
And an opportunity presented itself over the summer to get into real estate. And at first, I just wanted to learn.
Yeah.
And then I fell in love with real estate.
Yeah.
And I felt like like you said, I can still use my teaching qualities, which is being a good communicator,
Yeah.
being organized, and really just teaching. I could
Yeah.
continue teaching outside of the four walls of the classroom.
Right.
And I know it sounds funny, but when you're stuck in a classroom, there's only so much you can do, and
Yeah.
creativity. And out here in the real world, I call it, there's so much more you can do. So one of the ways that I have used my creativity is through videos.
Yes.
And no one told me this is how you're going to make top producer of your office. No one told me this is how people are going to connect with you. I just
Yeah.
have a creative soul. I have a creative mind. And I thought, why not? And my first YouTube video, please do not look it up.
Listen,
I
we
was,
all have to start somewhere, Erica.
yeah, I was so awkward. And then I got better with
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah.
And then so my teaching degree is still being used because I know how to teach people. I know that some people are visual learners, some people
Right.
are auditory learners, or anything. They're different learners. So I use that when I teach about real estate, when I
I'm
teach
gonna
buyers.
keep going. Yes, I want people to know, kind of get
Yeah,
a glimpse of your YouTube. So
right.
yeah, you do a lot of educational videos, which leads to people, because it's about know, like, and trust. That's what this all boils down to for you as an agent.
Yeah.
When people, and I know you, I wanted you to speak on this because I know when people probably see your videos and then they actually get to meet you, it's almost like you're a superstar in their eyes.
Yeah. So here's what I've run into. People that I went to high school with, they'll
Yes,
tell me, I know 5 different realtors. Is everyone becoming a realtor now? But what makes me stand out is I'm
right.
educational, really.
Yep, yep,
I educate people without strings attached.
yep,
So here's info. If you're interested, it's here. If you're not, keep scrolling. You know.
yeah,
So yeah, I started doing videos on things that were really important to buyers and sellers.
yep.
So, and then it just took off. I got more creative with it. I know you were saying recently you saw the post that I had about breathing exercises.
I did, yes. So
Not,
talk about that.
nothing to do with real estate,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it's how I'm handling the situation.
Yes.
You know, it may look like I have it all together and under control on my websites and on social media, but I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many stresses involved with not being out there showing
Yeah.
property to buyers and doing open houses and going
Yeah.
to builders. You know, builders are only allowing appointments now. And they don't even want you to come with your client. They want you to come.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
like, send your client, one client, please, no family members. And
Yeah.
it's stressful. And I
It's
love
crazy.
being out there with people, and it's stressing me out. So
Yeah.
I did this breathing coaching, and I thought,
Yeah.
why not share it with everyone on my YouTube channel?
So what did you learn? Because I want people, for whether you're looking to own a home, sell a home, this has nothing to do with it. I mean, this is just about you putting information out to help people. Whether it's like you said, this is not about real estate, but
Right.
obviously we're in a stressful business. You and I both are in a very stressful business.
Stressful business,
But,
yeah.
you know, this is something we deal with all the time.
Yeah.
People that have not been in this situation, and actually none of us have been in this situation as it relates to this whole virus situation. So this is all new for everybody, and people that may not have been in a very stressful situation, this is really testing people. So from what can you, maybe one tip or so that you learned from the breathing exercises? And by the way, I am using what you learned because I watched your video.
Yeah.
And I did. So, because this is something that you need to carry on beyond this virus situation. I think this is something that people probably need to do way beyond this, just to incorporate in their everyday lives. So, yeah, one tip that you could maybe give people that you learned from the breathing exercises that you were taught?
Okay, so before I started talking about that, I wanted to say that the reason I did it is because usually I post every single Monday. I'm very consistent on what I do. And
Yeah.
I didn't find a need to really continue educating people of all things real estate. I thought that's the last thing they want to
Right.
listen, you know. And so I thought I need to make something to keep my consistency, because I think that's the most important part through all this.
Yeah.
Keep your routines. And I thought,
Yeah.
if I stop posting because nobody wants to listen about real estate, I'm gonna lose it. My YouTube channel is gonna go away. My
Yeah.
lead source is going to go away. So I thought I need to keep consistency, and that's how I ended up with that video. The biggest tip I can give you is take time to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because we think like, oh, you know, I'll just jump on the treadmill, I'll work out, I'll do this, I'll watch TV, you know, but none of that actually allows you to be focused. And so, you know, when you sit down and you focus on your breathing, it actually distracts you from the stress.
Right.
There's several exercises. There's some that you breathe in and breathe out the same counts.
Yeah.
One of the other ones that I learned is you breathe in 4 counts,
Right.
breathe out 8 counts.
Okay.
And it makes a big difference. And there's a science behind it that I'm still learning a lot about.
Yeah.
But it actually does help you balance your mind. So
Yeah.
take time and focus on your breathing and balancing yourself.
Yeah. No, this is a good time. This
Yeah.
is really a good time for people to really listen. We're not going anywhere, right? We're not going anywhere. There's a lot of good that's going to come out of this. Aside from, obviously, there's a ton of bad with all the stress. I understand that, but there's a lot of good that's going to come out of this too. I believe that's my mindset.
Yeah.
I'm not burying my head in the sand and not understanding. Yeah, I know a lot of people are dying from this, but
Yeah.
with every single situation that we've dealt with from '08, all the foreclosures, I'm always trying to look at what good can come out of this.
Right.
So there's going to be some good. We've just never been in a situation where we've been stuck at home with
Yeah.
everybody in the country essentially is stuck at home.
Yeah.
So I think this is a great time to incorporate this type of stuff to be able to help yourself mentally, physically deal with stress. Because I don't think there's anybody that's not stressed right now. I don't know anybody that's not dealing with any type of stress with this situation. So if it's just the stress of being with your family all day, some people, it could be. But yeah, I think this is so awesome that you shared that with people because and they got to go look at the video. You guys go over to Erica's channel. I'm gonna pull it up again because I want people to go follow you on YouTube because you put out a ton of great information. But that video, this is the most recent one, right? It's dealing with stress, virtual coaching. So
yeah. And I do different kinds of videos. So in the
yeah,
beginning, I was doing videos for buyers. So
yeah,
tips for my first time home buyers that feel so lost.
yeah,
I give them some kind of ideas in different videos. And I like the videos because if you don't want to learn it all at once,
yes,
watch one video at a time.
yeah.
And I do videos for sellers. And then recently I started doing videos for people who want to become realtors. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen that, but I have been getting so many inquiries on, hey, how did you become a realtor? Do you like your job? What does it take to be a realtor? And I thought instead of spending 2 hours or an hour at a time explaining, I can give them a link that they can even be interested in other things that I've posted.
Yeah.
So, and then now I'm just doing like self-help things that I think are more important than teaching you about a pre-qual letter, even though I still want to go over that.
Sure.
And
Yeah, but the market.
James is right here.
But so for you and I, the market for some people that may not understand what's going on in our world necessarily. It hasn't come to a complete halt. Like people are still out.
Yeah.
People still need to sell. Buyers still need to buy. It's just we have to obviously pivot and look at going about it in a very different way. So yeah, I don't want people to think that like nothing is going on in the real estate market because that's just not the case at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, things have slowed down. Of course they have. There's no question about it. Things have definitely slowed down a little bit. But it's slowed down for virtually every business, except for maybe HEB. HEB, Walmart, Kroger. Those are the only ones that have actually picked up. Everybody else is pretty much slowed down. So one of the other videos that you did was actually giving people some tips on keeping a routine. This is another thing that I feel like is so important because it is so easy to get out of routine right now.
Yeah.
I know the first week for me dealing with this because we have spring break and then the week after it was COVID and when nobody was going anywhere. So that first week and a half, I was completely screwed up out of my routine. So you did a video about it. I'm like, you're right on. So talk a little bit about that, the importance of people trying to maintain the routine and not getting into just kick back in pajamas all day watching CNN essentially. Because you did that video and I'm like, oh, that's so good, Erica. That was so good.
So when I started in real estate, especially when you don't know what to do, I did start something called schedule blocking, which when you're a realtor, you want to know what you did all day, right? So I went back to that. I went back to, what? I'm not going to sit around and just kind of, figure out what's going to happen. I'm going to have a schedule.
Yeah.
So it's really important to keep it because as things pick up, you already have that schedule and you're not going to feel like you're having a hard time catching up. So things have kind of picked up for me here. I've had a few listings, a few more buyers reach out to me. And now I'm kind of glad that I kept my schedule where I wake up. I still do the things that I have to do. I do my workout. I check my emails. I call all my different, clients. So it's important to keep it because when I get back to being super busy and I'm super busy when when everything is normal, I have to be able to do everything, on a schedule. And I don't want to be stressed out. Like I'm so used to being at home being lazy.
Yeah.
That's how it feels
Yeah.
to get going.
Yeah.
And I don't want to lose that and then possibly lose clients.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
big for me. That's big.
yeah, I was watching one of my prior coaches. They was talking about the fact that a lot of realtors have just either retreated or surrendered. I
Yeah,
mean,
I know, right?
they retreated or they surrender, and it's this is going to, when it comes to an end. You're so right. It's gonna be like trying to jump start. You got
Yeah.
to kickstart everything again, but you've been off for a month and a half, 2 months.
Kind of
Um,
like a workout. Have you ever had an
oh
experience
my
where
gosh,
you
that is
work
a
out and
great,
you
yes,
take 1 week off
yes,
and you cannot
terrible,
get back into it?
terrible.
And
Yeah,
I want to be the person who is ahead of everyone else. And
yeah,
while other realtors, haven't picked up, hey, I'm here. I'm available.
yeah.
So I want to be able to have that when things start to pick up a lot
Yeah, the
easier.
consistency, you are really good. So I want you to talk about that a little bit more, because you
Yeah.
talked about consistency,
Yeah.
consistency with your routine right now as much as you can, and then consistency, like you were talking about, your videos.
Yeah.
Because you use video. Excuse me. Let me not just say video. You use YouTube. I'm a huge YouTube person too, so which is why I love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Um, I think YouTube is a such a huge resource that most realtors, they're still not using it,
No.
and I don't understand why.
Yeah. So here's one thing since you said that. While everyone else is freaking out about how to make videos,
Right.
how to get in front of their clients, how to
Yeah.
get connected,
Yeah.
I'm not stressed about that
Yeah.
because I have, when everything kind of shut down a little bit, I already had videos on all my listings.
Yeah.
So people were calling me and I'm like, you know what? Before we show you or try to, do all the paperwork that allows you to get in the property now
Yeah.
because there's forms
Yes.
that they have to fill out, in order to get access to the property. So I would send them the videos
Yeah.
and they, oh my goodness, I love it. Can I come see it in person? And so we would go through the process. And and then I've done several listing appointments
Yeah.
via email, via video. So I'm like, hi, my name is Erica. I'm ready to sell your home. Let's get started on today's presentation.
Right.
And I landed several listings.
Yeah, you got listening from it, right? Yeah. So
And other
yeah,
people are kind of freaking out, like, oh, how's my angle? And, how's my lighting? And I feel awkward talking to a camera.
right.
And, why does, all the things that you learn when you first start doing video, which
Right.
for me, I felt like when I started doing video, like my mouth would do something really weird. My eye, I'm like, why do I look like that? And that stuff makes you nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
People like, yeah.
I already know how I look, and you have to kind of like take it for what it is too, right?
Like, you look that way. It's how you look. That's how I look too. Like,
But at first
yeah,
you're intimidated,
you
right?
are, no question about it. It's very, you're much more critical of yourself first and foremost than anybody else is going to be.
Right.
That's the most important thing. And
And
we'll continue to talk about video, and I mean, and
staying
this
consistent, like you said, staying consistent.
too, especially with YouTube. So I've been doing a ton more YouTube,
Good.
learning more about the algorithms and so forth with YouTube.
Right.
And ultimately to using YouTube to push out to other platforms.
Yeah.
But I'm putting, a lot of people put their energy, real estate loan officers, into Facebook and Instagram, and I get it. For
Yeah.
me, it's about YouTube.
Right.
For me, that's my focus personally, because I just feel like it's such a better platform. And then
Yeah.
you can push it out to everything else. But my focus and so forth is also with YouTube. So I love what you're doing with YouTube. Um, so with the buyers and sellers, because obviously we're in a very different market right now.
Right.
How are you really navigating? I know you said you're doing some listing videos, which you've got some business from that. What about on the buyer side? Any tips for people that might be still looking and they need to move in the next 30 days, 60 days, whatever the case may be? Any advice for those people and how to kind of handle showings right now?
Yes. So as you know, because you've seen it more than I have,
Mhm.
loan requirements have been changing
Yes,
every
absolutely.
single day. But I think the people that are not affected are those people that have the great credit score, the stable job.
For sure.
So I would say if your credit score isn't the best, right now is the time to work on your credit scores because you might not even qualify for a loan right now.
Yeah.
So that would be the biggest tips. And then as far as showings, what I think is working out for me is obviously everything's online. So photos, information. before you make any appointment, make sure that you understand everything about that listing. So you know that there's that seller's disclosure, which is a
Yep.
6-page report on the house. So reviewing that, reviewing the flood zones, reviewing insurance. I think a lot now we're doing a lot more homework before we're like,
Yeah.
I want to see that house.
Yeah. That's so
I
true.
actually like it. You know how you're saying like things are going to change and maybe
Yeah.
change for the better.
Yeah.
It's better that I'm able to take the time to point out these things as opposed to getting in the car and showing
And
20,
it's gone. Right. That's so
you
true.
know?
Yeah.
So
That
it's
is
like,
so
okay,
true.
we're gonna really do our full homework on this house
Yeah.
before we even make an appointment. So doing a lot of research online. If you're a buyer, do your research, go to
Yeah.
my YouTube channel, learn everything about how to, buy a home or sell a home. And just yeah, I mean, working on your credit, working on all that,
Yeah.
making sure that if you don't have a stable job, this is what I want people to learn. If you were at a job that you weren't even happy with already, and then you
Right.
lost the job, take the time to learn something else,
Yeah.
you know, and maybe be a realtor. I don't know. And to me, realtors, or people, when they ask to be realtors and things like that, I tell them, if you believe that you're coachable,
Yes.
you will be a good realtor.
That's a
Because
great point. Yes.
yeah, yeah, it's not like, oh, how do you become a good realtor? If you're coachable
Yes.
and you know how to take tips and make them your own,
Yep.
you'll be good at it. There's no secret to
And
being
implementing. I mean, everything comes down to implementing because I know, I was a realtor for a long time. So everything really boils down to implementing because, and I've had stages of my real estate mortgage career where I was just learning and learning and learning. Learning's great.
yeah, it is.
So knowledge is not power. I hate knowledge. It's not what knowledge is not power. Knowledge is freaking knowledge.
Right,
Period.
right.
No, until you do something with it. And what does that mean? So I don't like not knowledge is not power
Yeah,
if you're not using it. So I can learn everything in the world, just keep reading and reading and reading. I mean, okay, now
yeah,
I know a bunch of information about a subject. Now
yeah,
what? So what? I
right.
can regurgitate it.
Yeah,
So you are an implementer, especially with the YouTube stuff and
yeah,
everything else that you're doing. You are not only a learner, you actually implement.
right.
And I think that's one of the reasons why you are you were the rookie. So this is 2019. So I'm going to brag on you because I don't want you to do it.
Right.
But
Okay.
I know you were the rookie of the year last year for your company.
Yeah.
And
So rookie of the year was when I first joined Gary.
okay, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I won the platinum award for top
yeah,
producer of my office.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's consistency. Like you are on it. You are so consistent with everything that you're doing, and
Discipline and
people having a routine.
super disciplined. Yeah.
Which is
It's
which in this business, and I love the fact you said cultural because this is when I tell people now, because people still ask me about real estate. I'm like, listen,
yeah.
get a coach as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Get because the coachability part of it is huge because there's really unless you invest in yourself to really have that coach, whether it's a person that you're talking to on a regular basis or some online, whatever it is that you're using.
Trainings.
Um, yes, and there's tons of information, tons. But I love the fact that you're saying be cultural because it's huge. There's so many people that have egos in this business that
Yeah.
really don't need to have an ego.
Right.
They really
And
shouldn't.
it doesn't even have to be real estate. It can be
Right.
in anything. So if you're at
No
home
question.
and you lost your job or something, get into something. As long as you're coachable, you'll be fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel so confident in what I have to offer that I can switch over tomorrow to a whole different job,
Yeah.
and I know I'll succeed at that too.
I completely agree with you. That is so awesome. So,
Yeah.
I am so happy to get you to come on and talk about this. I want people to be able to reach out to you. So, we've got your website. What's your information for social media, so we can get that out to everybody as well.
So I said in every YouTube video, so it may be repetitive to you guys, but I say uh, follow me on social media at
Mhm.
Erica Houston Realtor, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter.
Yep.
And go to my website at www.erikahoustonrealtor.com. So that's where you can find me.
Got it. So yes, guys, please reach out to her. You are so such a wealth of information. And yeah, your consistency is one of the things that sticks out to me because you are very consistent. And I don't care if it's YouTube, phone calls, doorknob, whatever it is you want to do.
Right.
If you do it, stop it. You're never going to gain the momentum.
Yeah.
And I understand people just want to get to the finish line. They want to skip all the steps in
You're right.
between.
You're right.
Um,
I think,
People just
yeah, we
want
might
to get,
have to do another video on that because
yes,
it can get really deep. People think it's so easy
yes,
from
okay,
zero to like where I am now, top
yes,
producer, but it took a lot of work. It took
yeah,
a lot of crying, when people dump
yeah,
her for whatever
absolutely,
reason, and you have to think it wasn't me, it was them. So I
yes,
cried a lot. I stayed up a lot. I worked late. I woke up early, and nobody gets to see that. I mean, because obviously it's hard to film all of that.
I mean, listen, it's the same with everything, Erica. It doesn't matter. You pick the line of work. If the person who's at the top,
Yeah.
nobody sees all the stuff that they did to get there. I mean, they just look at the after and they're like, I want that.
Yeah.
But when they look at the behind the scenes stuff, what they had to do, it's like, I don't know if I really want to do all of that. I
Yeah.
just want what you have now.
You have to find out, like, is the bad outweighing the good, or is it
Right,
good outweighing
right.
the bad? And for me, because I'm an educator at heart, I
Yeah,
think people need to meet me and people need to work with me because I offer more than your typical realtor.
yeah,
I offer way more, and I have all my education to back me up. I paid all those thousands of dollars at U of H,
yeah,
that I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not a teacher anymore. All that money gone,
yeah,
but
yeah.
actually it has helped me.
There's no question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mentioned, I know a lot of educators who are very, very good real estate. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of educators. That translation, I guess, a lot of patience too, because you have to be patient in this business and dealing with so many different personalities of people. They're not kids, but a lot of realtors sometimes act like kids.
Right, right. In your classroom, you have like 30, usually teachers have
Right.
different,
Yeah.
and you're not only dealing with their personalities, you're dealing
Yeah.
with parents' personalities.
Yeah.
And now that we have people who divorce and now there's a new person in, and there's so many people
Oh
involved,
yeah.
they
Yeah.
have to deal with all their personalities. And if you can do that in the classroom,
Yeah.
right now teachers are at home. I'm not saying leave your teaching degree, but
Yeah.
if you feel like you are good at what you do,
Yeah.
then you can still try something different. And also, I know people who are teachers and are part-time realtors too,
Right.
and
Yes.
dipping their feet into real estate as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to go from W-2 income to I may not get paid. I
Yeah.
don't know necessarily when I'm going to pay. So making that jump for people, I understand it's a challenge, but it comes back to the work. I mean, a lot of people will say, "Hey, you need to save up for 6 months to
Yeah.
go out on your own."
I have a video on that too, by the way.
I know you do, and I mean, listen, I think if you put the work in,
Yeah.
it may not necessarily take you 6 months if you really want to work.
Yeah.
There's ways to shorten that curve, but I mean, you just want to be prepared because the one thing that sucks about what we do is there's so many other people involved in us getting to the finish line.
There's so many people. Yeah.
You, me, appraiser, inspector, you got uh, processors, all these people, and people, if they really understood the behind the scenes of what it takes to get you from a purchase agreement to closing, like people will
Right.
go crazy. Like the
Yeah.
buyers, like they don't need, especially on the mortgage side, they don't want to know all the stuff that goes on because it's insanity sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one thing that you and I like. We do our part, but if somebody else screws up, it
It
can,
looks bad on you. It does. I feel like that. When something goes wrong, I'm like,
yeah,
I feel like it's my fault.
yes,
It's not.
yeah,
You look at you because you are like the manager of everything.
right. That's
Uh,
right.
so it's tough.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. So there's a real love for being in real estate. And people that think it's easy, you got it wrong. Mortgage, real estate agent, it's not easy. None of it's easy. So for those people that just want to, go get a license because they think they're going to get some quick money, wrong answer.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not
I
that easy.
I agree with that, Jane.
So
Well, thank you so much for having me.
thank you so much for coming on. All right, guys, reach out to Erica. She is awesome. YouTube, Erica Houston Realtor on YouTube. Go check out all her videos. That's a lot of helpful information there. And again, I appreciate it, Erica. We'll have to come on again once this virus thing comes to an end, which hopefully is sooner than later.
Yeah.
We start to get back to some what we, I don't know. Normal, it won't be normal anymore. There's gonna be a new normal.
Yeah, normal. Yeah,
for sure.
A better normal than before.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. It's a lot of people are going to be making, career changes during this process. Like you said, the mortgage process has changed just a little. What we can and can't do has changed a little as well. So I'm embracing it and using it as an opportunity, because a lot of people, especially in real estate, there's gonna be realtors that get out of the business. A ton. Yeah. I have no doubt there's gonna be a lot of realtors that will not last.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be good for me. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 40,000 agents. That number is going to decrease because there's the people that are just having it and they wanted the easy, quick money.
Right.
They're going to get out. They're not going to think it's worth it to stick around. Which, for people like yourself, it's good. Yeah. So, but yeah, guys, reach out to Erica and also check us out, mortgagebosstv.com. That is a YouTube channel. We'll continue to bring on agents and educate and help people as much as we can. And thank you again, Erica. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself. Be safe. All right, guys. Take care. Go follow Erica, erikahoustonrealtor.com.
All right. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Take care.